The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
We're back here on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Craig's Tax Service, who specializes in personal and business tax preparation, financials, and bookkeeping services. Check them out online at CraigsTaxService.com. We get closer and closer to tax day. I don't want to think about that. We're talking football this morning. Ben Caudill joins us, the head coach of the Stewarts Creek Redhawks. Coach, nice region win for you.
Yes, sir, definitely was. Senior night as well, so very special night for our program, especially those guys and their families and everybody that's given them the chance to be successful.
Boy, I tell you, if Todd Harris doesn't stop sending pictures of the food, gumbo and cornbread and all this kind of stuff. So, but it's nice to be able to have such a special night, and senior night is special, and you all try to make it as big as can be.
Yeah, it was an awesome night for us to honor those guys, and these guys have sure done a lot for our program. It's hard to fully put into words, what it means. But, I'm really proud of this group. It's a very special group. Each group of seniors kind of has their own, characteristics, I think, that make them unique and make them special. And, this is one to me that it's a really close group. Sometimes you have, senior groups that, are really good friends with, people kind of outside the program, and which is great, when that's the case, and it gets a lot of people connected to your program. But I tell you, this group of seniors they really enjoy being together. They really are a close knit group. We had them over to our house, in the preseason, and it got so late, and they're outside in the yard and playing, and I just went and told my wife, I said, I'm not sure if this group's going to leave, and it's just a group that is really, really special, and it means a lot to me and our coaches to, say that we're associated with such an honorable group of men, and I'm so proud of them.
You do get, when you spend as much time with these young men as you do, you can't help but get close, know, and that's one thing that I hope isn't lost on football. I know it's a competition, and you're trying to beat the opponent, and there's a lot of work that goes into it. But if it's fun and you build relationships, that's when you come back for your 25th reunion, and yep. You just pick up where you left off.
Yeah. It's raising seniors up in your program is not too different than raising children. You got to love them. You got to figure out the times that they need encouragement, figure out the times that, they need to be challenged and uplifted. And, this is a group that, they really value what we want as coaches and what we ask of them. And, that means something to them. Sometimes there's a little bit of combativeness, not always from, the players, but maybe from those that are around the players, and this group of players, their parents, I can't say enough about them. The trust that they have in us as coaches, the belief that they have in us that we're trying to lead our team in the right way, and that type of buy-in is really special. And once again, I'm just honored to be a part of this group and wear the same color that they do.
I was talking with Mike Woodward about this, and all of the 20 years ago, the game of football itself, how it was looked at and treated. I mean, you read about it in an actual newspaper and not, moment by moment in a social media post. And it's not everything has been great in those 20 years of the advancements. But I think my point here is there's so much outside noise. How do you deal with that with these young people?
Well, I tell you, that was a really big challenge this week for me and our coaches and the leaders of our team. And one thing we talked about is, the wise man lives in the present. The fool lives in the future, and the stupid man lives in the past. That was a quote that we, hammered, to our team this week in various ways. And, we've got to be where our feet are. We can't be 2 weeks from now. We can't be living on the success of, our win against Smyrna. I'm telling you, there's, everybody and their brother comes up to you after, wins like that. And it's hard to kind of move on, when people are coming by school and want pictures and players of the weeks and those types of things. And I'm really proud of, how our team was able to stay disciplined. And so that was kind of one of our mantras this week is the wise man lives in the present, be where your feet are. And this is the chapter, this is the next chapter, this week is the next chapter in our season. And so, that's kind of the game within the game, honestly, is with 16, 17-year-olds, they're teenagers, they're kids. This isn't the only thing going on in their lives. And, but the focus that our team showed this week was really encouraging to me. And, it was a big reason why we were able to have a big night last night.
Ben Caudill joining us as we talk about Stewarts Creek football. When you are crowned king and then you have 2 more weeks to go, there's nothing more important for those other teams than to try to dethrone the king, if that makes sense. And so there's a lot to be said about the way your guys came out and took care of business last night. 3 scores in the second quarter and really put that game away.
Yeah, I was really, starting with our defense, going out and, getting several stops, there, and Laverne came out and did some things that they hadn't shown on film. And so I was really, pleased with our ability to get off the field defensively and start obviously in great field position. And, we pulled a lot of those guys, didn't play, most of our guys and even in the third quarter. And, one thing I'll say that is just a huge level of respect I have for Mike, and teams that he coaches is they played hard. Even when the game was over, their players were playing their tails off, and that's a sign that, your team is still in it. They respect each other. They believe in the coaches. And so, that was something to me that, I was really encouraged by, because Mike's got that team fighting and believing still. And also, I was really, really proud of, our second group on offense. They had a 16-play drive, there in the third and fourth quarter. And Kingston McQueen, who's a really promising sophomore for us, was able to find the pay dirt for the first time. So, it's always good when, you're able to, get those guys work on Friday night, and was really proud of their execution.
Well, your, I guess, normal suspects for the Red Hawks to look at: Jerry Taylor, 4 of 7 for 146 yards and 2 touchdowns. That really helps the old stat sheet there, I would think. Jeremy Smith combined for 55 yards and a TD, and Grady Harvey, a couple of receptions for 107 yards and a TD in the win last night. But defensively, you got a lot of guys in last night, because I'm looking at your stat sheet and there are a lot of tackles there for a lot of different young men.
Oh yeah. No, I was very encouraged by, Jerry. We had a drop touchdown pass, right before, he rifled a few right on the money to Grady and Kai. And so I was proud of Jerry and how he uplifted, the moment after we dropped that wide open touchdown pass. And, I'm proud of his maturity as a leader on our team, and, first year starter really. And, how he's managed, everything is I coach him, and he's honestly like one of my sons. It's how I view my relationship, with him and the rest of our quarterbacks. And, I was also proud of R.C. Davis, our sophomore quarterback, coming in there and converting on 2 big third downs, and Kingston and Jamarcus Brown and Braden Brown had a big catch with that second group as well. And, seeing that group, have success and score last night as well was really encouraging. And, proud of a lot of the guys on defense too. A lot of names got to, get out there, some guys that are right there, and really excited about their futures. Guys like, Michael Colquitt up front, Jensen Clayton, Jonathan Hadley at inside backer, being able to see those guys, fly around and make plays. They're behind some pretty talented seniors, and I'm just telling you, I'm really excited about the future we have with those guys that were able to play in the second half last night.
Ben, as we turn the page to next week, with your result last night and the Antioch Smyrna result, I think that means that you're number one no matter what, right?
My understanding is that's the case, and we have a big region game this week, honestly, and it's our first. We're playing on November 1st, Friday night, and it's the first road game we've had since September the 26th.
Wow.
So, we're going to have
good scheduling this year. I don't know about next year.
Yeah, this year we ended up with, 3 straight away games kind of there in the middle, and then we just finished up, including fall break, our 3rd straight home game. And so, this is chapter 10 for this team, and like I said earlier, fools live in the future, and the wise man lives where his feet are. And, this team is made up of the right stuff. They're made up of the right leadership, not only in our locker room, but throughout the various position coaches on our staff. And I know that, that's the message that we're going to preach this week is our football team's got to get better this week. We've got many aspects, in all 3 phases of our team that we need to improve, and there's a lot of work left to be done. We got to have a great practice on Monday and a great week. But also, Brian, I'm proud of, this team for giving us the chance to extend our season. This is the 6th year in a row that Stewarts Creek, has made the 6A playoffs. And when I arrived at Stewarts Creek, that had never been done at the 6A level. And, I was told by, somebody that is well known in Murfreesboro when we got moved to the Murfreesboro region that we'd be lucky to win a game. Well, Stewarts Creek made the playoffs both years we were in that region. There were 3 teams that made the playoffs both years: Oakland, Riverdale, and Stewarts Creek. And so, I don't want to fall asleep and just brush off, not just the success of this year's team, but, we stand on the shoulders of people that are getting it done for the first time. And I told our staff and our team this week, it's not going to be easy. We're trying to do something that's never been done. And, being a good team and, being considered a quality coach is not just going somewhere and winning 12, 13, 14 games. It's can you do it somewhere where it hasn't been done before? Do you have the discipline, about you and the focus, and the ability to push through, in an environment where it hasn't been done? And, that's the challenge I think that our team faces. Is it's not a challenge 2 weeks from now. It's a challenge day to day to be focused and be where our feet are and stay in a position where we're focused on doing something that hasn't been done before at our school. And, so our team putting us in this position is something I'm really proud of. But, I speak on behalf of many. There's a lot of meat still on the bone, and I'm excited to, continue to go to work with this group of coaches and this team.
Well, Coach, a lot of firsts for the Red Hawks this season, and I don't think those firsts are over. So we'll just leave it there. Coach, appreciate you coming in every morning.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Brian.
Ben Caudill, the head coach of the Stewarts Creek Red Hawks, joining us here on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Parks Auction Company. Let their experienced and professionally trained staff utilize the auction process to sell your property. Find out more at parksauction.com.
Here's a question. What do you want from your electric co-op?
Fast response.